Hello, friends, and welcome back. Today's lesson is going to be, I hope, very interesting. So, we are going to be learning about folktales, myths, and legends. And I have aligned our lesson today to the Edge Fundamentals curriculum, Unit 2. Let us begin. So, as you noticed, we have a lot of different legends here in Latin America. However, our legend for this unit comes from the wonderful continent of Africa. Our clear learning target for today's lesson is I can show my understanding about the characteristics of folk tales by responding to questions. So these questions are going to be oral and also in writing, okay? So let's get ready for that. Our essential question for today is what are folk tales? And have you noticed in our silent movie, they are everywhere and we have them here and we know about them. But what are they? So, some of the characteristics are they're stories that people repeat over and over again. They are from all over the world. Characters can be people or animals, and they teach a specific lesson. Some were written down, but others were just told to friends and families. And I think these are the ones that we know the most, right? The ones that they just were told to us verbally by our grandparents or other family members. And folk tales and myths are a story from the oral tradition. That is the way they began. They began just by being oral stories. Okay? So we are talking about stories, right? And I am sure that you heard many stories when you were growing up by different people. I know I did. My grandfather was the main person that would tell me stories all the time. And I'm sure that you have somebody like that in your life when you were growing up. So I want you to think about a specific story that you heard over and over again by different people. And sometimes, you know what? The details changed, and that is okay because the story was the same, just a little bit of different details. And that's fine. I just want you to think about that story and then just take your pencil and write it on your notebook so that you don't forget the story. It's fine if you don't know the title. We're not talking about titles here. Just the gist of the story. What was the story? Okay? So pause the video, take a couple of minutes to think about that story that you heard many times from different sources. Okay? And then we will get back together. Very nice. You had that story in mind? Good. Now, what I need you to do is I need you to find a friend to share the story with. So you want somebody that might be from a different background, or perhaps a different country, or a different city, because you want to share a story that is only yours. Although that person might have it too, just with different details, and that is okay. So let's get up, stretch our legs, and find a partner to share our story with. Let's do this let's take about 2 minutes for this, okay? Excellent. Now what I need you to do is, if you are brave, or for those of you that are really brave, I want you to share it with the class. Do you want to share the story with the class? I want to share my story with the class. Okay, let's pause the video and take a couple more minutes for this activity. Very nice. So what we have done is we have shared a folk tale that was told to us by somebody um, a while back. And just remember that these stories are told over and over again by different people. Yes. And they can be from any part of the world. That's right. Um, the characters can be animals. They also can be people. That's right. And this is one way people share wisdom. Yes, with each other. So even our modern literature has been influenced by these legendary tales. And folks, you can continue reading this in our book on page 90. Okay? There is only one detail that I would like you to remember today, and that is that these stories were told orally from people to people. They are from the oral tradition, and they exist even before the written language was invented. That's how old folk tales and myths are. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this is one way people use to share wisdom with one another. That's right. And what I want us to do now is I want you to think about this word share. What does it mean to share? That's right. That's right. To share means to give part of something to another person. So look at my little cartoon. The two friends, one of them has two ice creams and he is sharing with his other friend. And now they each have an ice cream. Okay? So that is what is sharing when you give to another person something that the other person does not have, right? So I like to share the ice cream with my friend, and that is a sentence using the word share. And now, share can be a noun, but it's most frequently used as a verb. And what we are going to do now is we are going to use the word share in a sentence. But I've been nice. I want to be nice today. So I am giving you three different sentence frames, and you can choose one or two to go ahead and write your sentence. Okay? So let's go ahead and pause the video. Remember, my only requirement is that you write at least one sentence. However, I will love if you can write all three of them. Okay? So pause the video, and when you're ready, you can click start again. Okay, so how about the first one? I have one. My friend and I share the same car. Yep, we ride together and we are best friends and we share the same car. It is important to share with others whatever you know. Yep, especially with your teachers. When you share ideas, you become more enlightened. That's right. Sharing ideas is important. Okay. Okay, so now what I need you to do is I need you to share your sentences. I already shared mine, so now it is your turn. So I would like you to go ahead and write those sentences on whatever platform your teacher is asking you to write on, and then I want you to upload them and send them to your teacher so that she can see all the wonderful things that you are learning by you sharing with her. With that, we have reached the end of our lesson. So here is our exit ticket. Are folktales told only once? Do folktales come from different parts of the world? Are people the only characters in folktales? So once you have the answer ready, please submit it to me or to your teacher. And I hope that this lesson has been enjoyable and interesting to you. I will see you next time.